What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for yet another Tottenham update. And first off, with the official news that Matt Wells has now officially left Tottenham Hotspur to become manager of MLS side Colorado Rapids. So we wish Matt Wells all the best in his future endeavours. And you never know, maybe one day you can see him back at Tottenham Hotspur.
Why are we signing an MLS manager? That's what people are going to say down the line. But fair play to him. I think he's always had ambitions to be the head coach somewhere, and so he's fulfilling his dream and his ambition. So credit to him. He's obviously very highly thought of in the footballing world and at Tottenham especially. So it's obviously a shame from that point of view we're losing a very talented coach. But I wish him all the best. And it's just interesting, we're just reading some of Frank's quotes about it, because obviously speculation about is he going to be replaced or not. Well, judging by his comments, he says, when someone leaves, others need to step up and take more responsibility. That'll be down to Cameron, Justin and Andreas to take a step more forward. When someone is leaving, there'll just be a little bit more to fill in for them, but I'm confident they're capable to do that. Back in the day, it was only one assistant you had, so I'm pretty sure we'll survive. So it looks like he's not looking to replace him man for man. Looks like we're just going to fill in with our current assistants.
Yeah, don't have too much of a problem with it. We know Justin Cochrane is a highly thought of coach in his own right as well. So look, as Frank said, it's up to the others to step up now.
Yeah. The only thing is he was in charge, I think, I remember, of defensive game setup, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder which one of those assistants is going to be the one to take over that reign.
Yeah, look, remains to be seen. We don't know up until Thomas Frank tells us, but it's not like our defensive setup has been great in recent.
No. But would it be worse? Is my problem.
Have to wait and see, won't we?
If we told Thomas Frank, he wouldn't say so.
Yeah, so I don't know. But look, Matt Wells has been a great servant to the club over recent years, and like I said, we wish him all the best. And you never know what can happen. You know, he's a highly thought of coach, so maybe we'll see him back in some sort of capacity in the future. But let's hope that he does well for Colorado Rapids, apart from when they play LAFC. And
also, just a quick note, obviously he was a massive part of the coaching staff that won the Europa League as well, and apparently he was quite a big part of when we did go a bit more defensive in some of those rounds. Like, he was a big part of like setting that up and doing those pieces. So big thank you to him and all he's done for the club, and yeah, wish him all the best.
Let's move on and let's talk about some transfer news. First up, we're going to talk about Lucas Bergvall, actually, as our favourite publication, Fichajes, says that Liverpool are considering a bid of 52 million to try and sign Tottenham midfielder Lucas Bergvall in January. The fee offered by Liverpool is unusual for a 19-year-old player and reflects the status Bergvall has achieved at Spurs, and they want to get ahead of other major European clubs who have already started monitoring Lucas Bergvall's progress. I mean, I think it'll take more than 52 million to get him out of Spurs.
Have they ever got anything right, this publication? They seem to have crazy figures, crazy rumours. How are they making money? Like, I don't understand who's reading. I guess, well, look, maybe we're keeping him in a job, like mentioning him every time. But they're a horrific publication. I don't think they've got anything right ever. But anyway, in terms of just on this rumour, no chance we'll let him go. It's going to take a lot more, as you said, especially when, I know we're not a rival because at the moment, you know, the disparity in the table, but obviously our goal is to one day get close to a team like Liverpool, and I don't think we're in the market of selling one of our more talented players to them. So I think we'd make it very difficult for them. But there is some question marks at the moment in terms of what Frank thinks of Bergvall. He's putting him on the left-hand side. He's playing him in the 10. Last season, he predominantly played in a double pivot. Or I would say he looked at his best in double pivot. He did play a bit in the 10 last season, didn't he? But predominantly he was in a central midfield number 8 position. He seems to not trust him there. He doesn't. I don't think he's played. He's played some moments there. I remember Brighton away. He played a bit there. Wolves at home, I think he played a bit there, but we haven't seen him, I think, since Wolves at home. I don't think we've seen him in the pivot at all. So I wonder if he's getting frustrated. I wonder if he's fine just as long as he's playing, but he's not even playing that much, albeit recently, since the PSG game, he's been a lot more involved, and he obviously had that concussion, so that held him back for a week or two. But yeah, we're not playing to his strengths.
I agree. I don't know if it's a case of misprofiling Bergvall, or it's a case of we just lack so many numbers at number 10, because obviously Kulusevski and Maddison are injured. So once Javi's out, who is going to be the next in line for 10? It probably is Bergvall, right? So is it a case of Frank is misprofiling him, or is it a case of we just lack numbers there?
But why is he playing him left wing?
Yeah, that
Don't understand that. And he didn't even play left wing. He played pretty much as a central mid, so he pretty much didn't have a left wing.
It was the
whole game.
inverted kind of role, wasn't it?
Yeah, but if you're playing inverted role, you have to spend a bit of time on the left. He just didn't. Like he literally was playing like a central midfielder. So that's baffling to me. And it wastes him. I feel it wastes his talent when you're putting him in those positions. So I hope the way that we're handling him this season, considering how well he did last season, he got a Player of the Year. He really burst onto the scene last year, and this season, albeit there's been some great moments, that great header against West Ham, and there's been some.
I think he's had a good season.
I think he individually he's not playing badly. I just think it must be frustrating when he's kind of being used as a bit of a utility man. I don't know. We're not playing him in his best position.
Yeah, but I mean, Archie Gray's doing very well, obviously, in the deep role in the 8, better than we've ever seen him there. I do look. It's going to be a long time till we get another 10 that can really fight Javi for that spot, because Maddison ain't going to be seen this season. Kulusevski remains to be seen when we're going to get him back. So until we get more 10s available, then I think this is what we're going to keep seeing.
I'm fine for him to be our backup 10, but why not see him in the pivot more?
Yeah, I would like to see it, to be honest, because that's where he really shone, and that's his best position.
And I think it plays to his strengths because he's so good at driving forward.
Yeah, 100%.
With his
100%.
physicalities.
Yeah.
That's where he's at his best. I know he's a good passer, but he's great when he can see the picture in front of him and he can drive into space. That space isn't really there when you're a 10. So there's not really much space to drive into. All of a sudden, he's running into people. So he needs to be playing deeper.
Yeah, look, the reality is as well, he's only 19 years of age. So, like, any minutes he gets in the Premier League will still do wonders for his development, in my opinion. So as much as of course, I want to see him in the 8, and I think that's what his best position is. I can kind of understand it to a certain extent right now, but it is a bit frustrating. Next up, we are going to talk about Radu Dragusin. An interesting update here. Tutto Mercato Web says that Roma are interested in signing Dragusin on loan with an obligation to buy ahead of the upcoming window. Dragusin return to Serie A is becoming an increasing concrete possibility as the window approaches. We did hear Frank mention Dragusin's name in terms of a loan in his last press conference last week, and now this rumour has propped up.
Yeah, so he was kind of asked about Dragusin, like whether it's a possibility to go on loan. He didn't say yes, but he was kind of saying those are things we're going to have to assess during the January transfer window, and we'll make our decision. So he wasn't kind of playing it down, but he never confirmed anything. But I think it probably makes sense for Tottenham if he goes out on loan, because the big injury that he's had, if he can get that kind of getting up to speed at another club, obviously we don't have to do it ourselves, and that helps us. And then maybe next season, if he's fully fit, this one says sense.
Obligation.
That's the thing. If it's an obligation, no, obviously that just means we're basically selling him. I'm open to it because I've never been that impressed with him, albeit I think there's been some good displays, but I don't think there's anything for me to suggest we couldn't upgrade on him.
Do you not think though, with the style of defender he is, he would suit the current way we play more than maybe Ange's way of playing?
Yes, but I don't like the current way we play. So
yeah, but that's that's the way we are playing.
Yeah, but I hope we don't carry on playing like this. So that's my point of view. I agree. He's a better box defender. So I think he's more comfortable in those positions. And if we're doing a more defending in the box, which we are definitely under Frank, that could suit Dragusin more. But I wouldn't be too disappointed if we got a good offer and we sold him, to be honest, and we can go another direction. On the other hand, I think there is a good defender in there.
Still young as well.
And he is young. So obviously in the international stage, I remember for Romania, he was absolutely brilliant in the Euros.
As a box defender.
As a box defender. So I'm obviously also willing to give it a go, but I think if we do get a good offer, I'm pretty open to him leaving, to be honest.
Especially when you look at next season with Vuskovic coming back and players like Marco Senesi on the market for a free transfer. I mean, I'll take him over Dragusin in terms of a ball-playing centre-back that's done really well at Bournemouth. So I think that's one Spurs should definitely look at. But I like Dragusin. I think Dragusin is a good up-and-coming centre-back with a lot of experience for someone of his age as well. And I think he could thrive at Tottenham if he got... but the problem is with Dragusin, with Coutinho, Romero, and Mickey van der Ven, they're similar to Danso. Like, he's never going to hold down a starting role and can get consistent minutes that he needs to aid that development. So if we are going to let him go on loan in January, we're still leaving ourselves a bit short at centre-back, aren't we?
For sure, we'd have to sign one.
Yeah.
Or hope Takai can fill in. One of those two options, essentially. Or start using Paulinho there more, to be honest, because I actually think he's done pretty good there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against that. I mean, he's not really getting too much of a look in at centre midfield at the moment,
I actually think it suits him on the ball a lot more.
He gets more time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets to see the pitch in front of him. He's not always got a defender behind him and he's having to beat the press all the time. I think it gives him more time on the ball. He's more relaxed. And you see a better performance on the ball from him. Off the ball, I think he's been okay, but there's obviously question marks. He's not a natural centre-back in terms of picking the right positions to be in and box defending, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not saying we should be starting him there or anything, but I think in certain games, I think he could be a decent option.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And last but not least, we're going to talk about Tyler Adams of Bournemouth. As Caught Offside says that Tottenham are one of the several Premier League clubs eyeing a move for Tyler Adams in January. Bournemouth are aware of the growing interest in Adams and could be willing to sell him for a fee in the region of £26 to £35 million. I've been impressed with him this season. I think he's having probably his strongest season to date. He's been nipping in with a few goal contributions as well. Ball playing number 6. Obviously going to be going to the World Cup under Pochettino with America, and he's a key figure there. What's your thoughts on Tyler Adams?
I was about to say, he just got a big injury. Yeah, he's out for the next 3 months.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I was thinking he got a big injury in the last game. So I was like, that's a bit of an odd rumour. He has been good, but we're not going to sign a player in January who's out for 3 months.
No, definitely not.
Even long term, he's got to get back fit. It's an MCL injury, so it's quite a significant one. So I like him. He has done well, albeit he's had an odd kind of pathway to where he's at now. Obviously, he was at Leeds, where it was a bit of a disaster. Before that, he was known as quite a promising central midfielder. And since he's gone to Bournemouth, it hasn't quite gone perfectly for him. But at the moment, this season, he's kind of found his way into the team and he's doing really well. So credit to him. I think there is clearly a good player in there. I don't know if it's a massive upgrade on what we have, to be honest. But I think he's a good player. I wouldn't sign him, no. And I definitely wouldn't sign him in January.
Well, seeing as he's out for 2 to 3 months, I think this pretty much is rumours a non-starter.
Yeah.
So pretty much leave it there, I guess. But that is your Tottenham update for today. I'm sure more rumours as January draws ever so closer will be propping up, and we'll bring them to you first here on We Are Tottenham TV. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.